Yeah, buddy. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad. We're back at it again with the next episode of Critical Thinking, taking a closer look. Taking a closer look is what we're going to coin this one. So this one is going to be focusing on the units that you use at hand, whether it's arena offense or arena defense, and making sure that you're using it to the best of your abilities, given the situation that you're putting yourself in. Okay. So first off, sorry if you sound muffled there. I might have been covering up the mic there. But as you guys know, 9 times out of 10, this is the team that I'm utilizing for arena offense in the Conquer 3, Guardian 1, and Guardian 2 ranks. You guys know my style. I'm a little bit aggressive. I don't like to play too much of a conservative approach unless I have to. Veramos, it's a great unit, fun unit, but I like to go in and go hard with burst damage and get some people knocked out right away. As you guys know, my two DPSs respect crit damage, and I'm utilizing Corona's leader skill, which may seem somehow, kind of small, kind of weak comparison to other leader skills. Using it to my advantage by providing her the leader, in addition to the buff, giving these two 50% crit rate, putting this one at 100%, and then this one well over 100%. So basically 100% crit rate on both. And of course, as you guys know, we can't YOLO that shit. We can't just run in there without some kind of way of supporting our units. So Bella is just the end-all, be-all unit for most situations to do it. She provides so much, right? So the focus of today is going to be Corona. Okay, we're going to be taking a closer look at Corona, and I already kind of did all the switching around that I need to, so it won't really take too much time. If you guys remember, when I got Corona, and I initially set him up as as a support unit, Despair Energy, and we were rocking speed, hit point, speed, hit point, accuracy, because my goal was to utilize him as put him in a fun team called the Dream Team, which was a combination of Beretta, Corona, Aria, and Hoa. So basically, this allowed me to put 3 to 5 hostile effects from Hoa and Aria, and Beretta, and then of course with the third skill, utilize the ability to remove the effects and put them all to sleep. So that basically it allowed me to put them all, put them, basically take them out one by one. And however fun it may be, it's just not a viable team in the arena offense. So, fast forwarding to now, of course I was so focused on fixing my arena defense that I neglected to really take a closer look at Corona and see how I can maximize this unit's potential. So, given the scenario that I generally fight, you guys know that I'm fighting. Most teams are fighting is going to have a Darien, a Bella, or both. It's going to have a shear. I mean, they're going to have a lot of light base units that are going to be going for Corona. So Corona needs to have some additional hit points to basically stay alive. I do have a failsafe device, right? I do have the hug from Chandra that will prevent all damage and have Chandra take the hit. But here's the deal. Generally speaking, I find more Bellas than Darians and Ashirs in the setups, and rightfully so. It's just a really strong unit. But because of that, not only do I have the ability to proc out of the hug because of the first skill on the Corona, but I have the ability to lose my hug because of Belladon's remove ability. So even though the skill is great, it's not 100% reliable. So I need to figure out a way to still keep him in the fight, keep him supported, and making sure that he lasts longer, so that I can actually utilize him to his full potential. So I took a closer look at the unit, and I said to myself, at this stage of the game, my ability to inflict damage with this particular style of team is very, very important. And I need to make sure that I'm maximizing all of that. So when taking a look at the skill, when I look at the skill, I'm just like, wow, yeah, it's based off of max HP, but I was so focused on the sleep, right? So that's why I focused on accuracy on 6. When in all reality, the ability to do damage proportionate to your max HP on a support based unit is pretty darn cool. Again, I have the ability to sleep them if there's hostile effects, but as you know, with the meta, always utilizing Veramos, I don't have too many opportunities to combine Chandra's AoE with that, with maybe a couple defense breaks from Bella, and the third skill, the AoE slow from Chandra and Bella and whatnot. So it doesn't really happen. So in my given situation, my only one thing here is to go ahead and switch, to switch for the focus on trying to do damage in addition to trying to provide survivability. And because this skill utilizes my damage based on my max HP, this allows me to focus on hit points and get both the benefit of survivability and the benefit of extra damage. Okay, so here's a new look that we're rocking. I went ahead and switched out a couple runes. This one was on Lure. If you guys remember Lure, we had this rune on Corona, and because my focus was just making sure that my other units in my dream team had more speed than Corona, but Corona didn't have like 0 speed. I had to make sure that I had enough speed, and there was no point in putting more speed on because I had enough to get the job done. Well, now the goal is obviously to give him maxed out with speed, in addition to get his hit points as high as possible. So we made the switch and put the speed on. This one stayed the same. This one stayed the same. This one can be switched, but I'm trying to take advantage of the subset here just because I had this random rune laying around that I thought was pretty beneficial. Now, even though I have a despair energy set up here, I got to consider future plans here. While this despair energy took me from 23,000 to 32,000, I should definitely yield more damage. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot more that I can do with this unit, if I take a closer look. So again, we'll take a note here. I'm not missing it. It is 15% crit rate, but keep in mind with the leader skill and the buff, I'm going to be at 65% crit rate, 64% crit rate, so that's going to be nice. I'll be critting quite a bit. In addition, the Spirit Energy, again, nice. It's a great little combination for now, but given the fact that I'm utilizing this with the Spare and I have the additional opportunities to proc additional turns, I got to take advantage of the opportunity to utilize some of the more advanced base runes. So in this situation, if for all my people that have been following me for quite some time have been talking about different runes, I'm gonna obviously recommend Revenge if you're using Corona in the same situation I am, which is basically my dark tank, so to speak, when tanking the damage. Now again, I'm gonna have Hug on him, and he's for my situation, he's not gonna take a lot of damage, right? Because that's gonna be on, but it's not all on there all the time, and they can remove it depending on what skills they have. So I need to have a way to provide a little bit more utility, and providing a revenge on a unit that is rocking despair is going to give me an additional opportunity, along with Chandra's first skill, to provide the stuns on the counterattack, and that's pretty darn huge. That's pretty darn huge. So, in addition to that, I'm basically what I'm going to do in the future is test Despair Nemesis. What I want to test is, do I get the attack gauge increase from the Nemesis set? As you see the attack gauge increase for the hit points lost. Do I still get the attack gauge increase even though this unit might be hugged, right? Because if I'm hugged, I should not be taking 0 damage. So essentially, we know that there's a couple of spells here that the coding's a little off. If you've seen the last Educate and Dominate, and Mal and I talked about certain units that when combined with other skills, it's kind of broken. It's such that they get an ability granted even though they're protected. So I'm curious if I'll still get the Nemesis buff. I'm going to test it out when I get some more runes, but for now, just utilizing the runes that I have. I will eventually get it to Revenge, but then I'll test Nemesis as well to see if that works. Again, if you guys can save me the grief, if you've already tested Nemesis with with an ability to prevent damage. That would obviously help out, but I got a interesting situation here with the hug, so I'm curious to see how it goes. But that being said, Despair of Revenge, speed, hit point. If you're utilizing it in a PvP, damage dealing team kind of fashion, again, the third skill, I definitely can get the benefit of being able to sleep them, but given your current situation, taking a closer look at the teams that you generally fight, there's not a lot of opportunity for me to sleep units based on the skills that I provide, the debuffs that I provide, and the units that I go up against, which is, of course, Vermos plus some other kind of immunity, right? Generally speaking, I'm fighting double immunity all the time. Vermos with somebody else, Jewel, Chloe, Delphoy, and I just don't get the opportunity to get in there and provide hostile effects. But what I do get the opportunity to do between Belladon, Chandra, and eventually Corona, well, I mean, I get the opportunity to basically, revenge and provide, additional stuns from Corona, additional stuns from Chandra, and then with Belladon, the additional defense break, which is going to be crucial. So, again, guys, I hope this video kind of helped you, inspired you, motivated you to take a look at your top 4 to top 6 units, top 6, top 8 units, and make sure that the ones that you're utilizing, utilizing to the maximum potential of the situation that you're in. When I first got Corona, all I wanted to do was utilize it for its sleep skill, so accuracy was important. But right now, survivability and damage from a support unit is important. And I got the opportunity to get a 2-for-1 special here because of the damage is based on max HP. So that is why the switch is made, and I'm super excited to bring you some content here in the future, okay? So that is it, guys. We will wrap it up right there. It's your boy Childish, or ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we'll see you in the next Critical Thinking episode. I'm out.